has been paid for by
Retro Blood.
What's going on, everybody? This is James Kline from the Retro Blood, breaking in before we get started on Retro Blood 198, Night of the Sharks. I just wanted to come on here, let you guys know a quick little update before we get ready for this exciting episode of the Night of the Sharks. So, this week we had some big deaths in the world of entertainment. Pretty sure you all know about this by now. We had the death of the Prince of Darkness himself, Ozzy Osbourne, and of course, the incredible Hulk Hogan has both passed away. The way we do Retro Blood on here is we usually put some shows in the can. So we'll film them before, not live or anything. We kind of just film it in advance. So both of these deaths happened after both myself and J.H. Alison, after we recorded both Night of the Sharks and Anemia for our Fulci month coming on here as well. So I just want to update you guys. That's why on these two episodes we're not talking about these two figures, because if you all have been listening to our show for, pretty much since it's begun, we have talked about Hulk Hogan a ton on the Retro Blood, and we also have talked about Ozzy because they were two big, characters, entertainers in the world of metal music and pro wrestling around this time. If you could look at all of our archives, we have talked about Hulk Hogan at length. We have talked about Ozzy at length, but I just want to let you guys know on here, Retro Blood 200. Myself and Alison will be dedicating that episode to the memories of both the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, and the incredible Hulk Hogan, because on Retro Blood 200, which will be premiering August 10th, we are doing a special tribute episode to both men. Plus, we are talking about Fulci's Conquest on that episode. Okay? So that's the schedule. Alright? And I appreciate y'all listening to us on the Retro Blood. And I hope you all enjoy Night of the Sharks. Welcome back, everybody, to the Retro Blood as we finish up this look into the deep blue sea, this look into the Leviathan of the waters, the great white himself, the teeth bitten monster of the seas, the shark that will drag your loved ones away, but that's okay, we have a side chick. The one that will terrorize your town. We are talking 1980s shark horror movies, and we're finishing it up. Yeah. We're finishing up this month, our first ever for the Retro Blood 1980s shark movies, and we're finishing up. If y'all like the Bahamas, but not as cool as Bahamas that we had in Jaws Revenge. If y'all like this guy called David Zeiger, who will have a brother who's part of a massive conspiracy to launder money from a rich guy who's in cahoots with the White House. If you like David Zeiger having an ex-wife and a side piece. If you like David Zeiger being the new 007, that's right, we don't need you. We got David Zeiger over here, brother. We don't need James Bond. All right? And if you like a shark that was in this movie for, I have no idea why. It was just there because he was in the title. Then this is the review for you, brother, because the Retro Blood's talking all about Night of the Sharks. J.H. Alison, James Kline, what's happening, Alison? How was your trip to this Bahamas and hanging out with Ziegler and his side piece and that Congo guy? And there was like a shark there, and I'm not really sure why there was a shark here, but yeah, they were there.
Well,
how was that going?
There has to be one. There has to be one for the title. This was better than I expected it to be. I'll say that.
Really? I thought she was boring as fuck.
It was pretty boring, but I expected it to actually be a lot worse. Yeah, so they're in Mexico though, not in Bahamas. But that's close enough.
I swear they said no. I swear they said the Bahamas. Was it not the Bahamas in Mexico?
Yeah, no, they're in Mexico. Yeah, they're in Mexico. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure they're in Mexico. The movie was filmed in the Dominican Republic, which is not the Bahamas nor Mexico. But whatever. It's another Italian movie, kind of.
I know. This one was a weird one, man. Like, first, okay, well, we'll break it down to see if it was in Mexico or not, because I thought the Tony, which is one of the bad guys, and then the main bad guy, I called him Mustache during the whole time, but apparently his name was Steiner.
Right. Yes.
Ain't no Steiner I know, brother.
No, he's no Scott or Rick. So is David Ziegler, or is he Dolph Ziggler's dad?
Probably. I don't know, man. Not really, because the way that he was booked in this movie is way different than the way Dolph Ziggler was booked. I mean, this fucking David guy was basically Hulk Hogan in this fucking film, brother. I mean, okay, here's what I mean. Nothing could stop this guy. You got fucking sharks coming out of him, no problem. You got fucking mafia dudes, cartel people coming after him. Oh yeah, no problem. I'll take care of that. You got his wife. Problem. You got his ex-wife being dragged off by a shark, and he's crying. He's like, "I don't give a fuck, brother. I got a side piece." That's right. And then like he fakes his death at the end and shit for some reason. And what the fuck, bro? I thought this movie is fucking weird.
I don't know why this was made, but it's bizarre. This movie is really weird. Like it's like they just. To me, it just seems like another Italian copy of American Concept. It's like it was a lot like Miami Vice, kind of. Yeah. But with a shark.
Yeah, brother, you gotta have the shark in there. All right, come on now. I can see that.
But, yeah.
Well, like his parts, David, where he was, being like Rico Suave and shit like that. That was pretty Miami Vice. But the two like evil men. I guess the corporate evil men that were doing schemes with the White House, they seem like Adam West Batman villains. All right? Yeah. With the twirling, the mustache, and you're going to get him and stuff. And
they're like I don't know what you call that, like the stereotypical like villains, like classic movie villains or whatever from like the 30s or something like that.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah, like, that part was funny to me. But yeah, I don't know, man. This one I wasn't really feeling it. But we'll break it down for everybody on here. Maybe me explaining it to all of our lovely listeners out here and to yourself, Alison. Maybe we will come together on Night of Sharks. Maybe we all like it. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. You're gonna have to explain it to me. That's for sure.
All right. But like every Retro Blood that we do explaining on, let's explain. What is going down in the world of the pro wrestling and the metal music on the release date of Night of the Sharks? And you're correct. It's another Italian movie, which I'm starting to see that these some of these Italian movies, I mean, they'll really like catch on to like whatever's hot in the U.S. They'll make like tons of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, whatever was hot in the United States probably did really well when it got to Italy, and they're like, oh, let's just make one of those.
Yeah. So this movie came out, according to my records over here. Let me make sure I got this one correctly. I didn't really find like a release date for America, but I did find one for Italy. So that's the one I'm going to be doing. That's the one you found too? Okay.
Yep, that's what I'm going on with as well.
So we're doing April 1st, 1988. April Fool's. Was this movie an April Fool's movie? It kind of was.
It would have to be, right?
I mean, we have David Zeiger being some sort of like James Bond guy who can just do everything, even though he wasn't trained to do everything, I guess.
No, I mean, I don't know. We'll talk about it when we get there. I don't want to say too much yet.
All right, so I'll go first because I'll talk about what is going on in the world of wrestling. Let's talk about the WWF European tour that was going on around this time. Pretty cool. We have a European movie, and we're talking about a European tour for wrestling. There you go. So they were nowhere near Mexico doing this one. They were actually in over here. Apparently, this show is pretty good for like a European show. I would say, because a lot of times, especially during this time, we don't see this anymore because since the WWF or WWE is on Netflix and stuff now, I feel like their European shows are kind of like their normal shows. You know what I mean? Like how it used to be. And correct me if I'm wrong here, Alison. Usually, like the European shows, they would just do like a very big like house show, but it wouldn't really be part of like the storylines at all.
So yeah, I was actually going to ask you that question, and you just brought it up. So back then, they would just basically do house shows in Europe. Like it wouldn't have anything to do with that would promote their story. They would just be doing, But now that the world is so small, because we have, we can watch a TV show the same day it airs in another country on the internet, so they can do and have done Raw and SmackDown live from Europe.
Yes.
So now it just furthers along the story that they had before. But back then, I think you're right. It was just a big house show that had nothing to do with the real storyline. Yeah,
and they would do that for like years. Like they would always do like a European. They would usually do like a European run after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And then they would do like a couple European spots and stuff. And then maybe every once in a while they might bring up what happened in Europe, and they bring it onto their TV. But I remember even in like the Attitude Era and stuff, they would do European like big shows. But it would be like these specials. They wouldn't have really anything to do with the storyline until they start bringing like some of the TV down there, which they have done before. Like if they brought like a Raw or SmackDown down to Europe, they would add that for their storylines. But if they just did some random house show, they wouldn't really add that with their storylines.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's been fairly recent though, right? Like that they've actually been doing storylines in Europe.
No, they used to do some. They did.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I remember a couple Raws in '97. They would go to Europe and stuff, and they would still add some storylines to it. So, but for the card, I think some of the matches on here are pretty fun. We have Alison's favorite team. Maybe he dreams about them at night. I have no idea. The Young Stallions.
The Young Stallions.
Paul Roma and Jim Powers. I mean, come on, brother. Could you get more of a body
team? Can't go wrong with that.
Bro, they would. No. Okay, first of all. The Young Stallions.
That was posing all day.
Yeah, they're posing all day. Oiled up. Bro, they would fit perfectly in this movie. They could be like David's like heavies, you know what I mean? They could be like his squad. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just fucking mullets.
Helping kill the shark.
Yeah. Well, he didn't need no help. He's Ziggler.
He didn't need any help.
He's the man around there. Not even Paco could help him out, brother. All right? So we had the Young Stallions. And I could not believe this when I read it, but this is Europe, I guess. They actually defeated Demolition, Axe and Smash.
By like a pinfall?
It doesn't say on here.
Okay.
And my notes don't say.
It could have been a count out though.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't imagine Demolition like losing to like these two little fucking. But it's probably some sort of like trickery heel stuff on that one. I would
imagine so.
Next up, we got another Alison favorite, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Oh, yeah.
You have a type, don't you? All right, all right. He'd probably be good in this movie too. Brutus, he's a big beach guy. How come he wasn't in any of these shark movies?
I really expected Hulk Hogan to show up in this movie because this reminded me of watching that TV show that he had.
Yeah, Thunder in Paradise, right? Oh my God, that would have been fucking
Thunder
hilarious.
in Paradise, yeah.
That would have been hilarious.
Wow, yeah, that's what it was. That's what it felt like to me.
So Beefcake, he defeated Greg Valentine. So far, I'm not liking these.
Yeah,
like Greg Valentine's a way better guy than this Beefcake asshole guy was.
It is really weird. So I wonder who was Valentine the face in that, I guess?
Around this time, I think Brutus Beefcake probably would have been the face. Around this night. This is like 1988. So yeah, he was pretty popular during this time.
Okay.
So then we have Coco Beware defeated, and I cannot believe this at all. Coco Beware defeated a Retro Blood legend, Ron Bass. here on this European show.
No way. Oh man,
Can't believe it, man. Disgracing
how
the
the
name.
mighty fall.
Disgracing the good name
Ron
of Ron Bass. Come on. He would not fit in this movie at all.
No, he would not have fit in with his cowboy hat and his chaps and shit. And his branding iron. But yeah, Ron Bass, man. Ron Bass, a retro blood favorite right there.
Then we have
love Ron Bass.
Then we have Jim Duggan, or as Bill Watts used to say, Jim Dugan.
Jim Dugan.
All right. Defeated the mighty Hercules, which I can't believe either. Hercules, one of my favorites. Jacked up.
What a
dude.
weird. Yeah. The booking in this has been kind of weird.
It's
although
weird,
I guess Duggan was a huge face at this time too. So
yeah.
that kind of makes sense in some ways.
And probably one of the matches I've always wanted to see, just because I wanted to see like the fuckery of it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a match where I'll tell you what it is here in a second, but I just want to explain it for the audience.
Sure.
This is a match right here. When I tell you what the match is, when you're a kid, okay, watching this, there's an obvious favorite that you're going for in this match. But if you were me and Alison H, while watching this match, we would watch this match for a totally different reason. We would watch it because we just want to see what kind of shenanigans and what kind of fuckery is going on. And that is the legendary feud between the Ultimate Warrior and André the Giant.
Wow.
Have you heard about some of these matches?
No.
Okay.
So I'm not familiar with that these ever happened. So you're teaching me something I don't know.
Okay, I'll explain it to you. So, and I learned this by watching the hit piece that WWE did a long time ago on the Ultimate Warrior before they made up with him and everything.
Right.
So there used to be this documentary, the downfall or the whatever of the Ultimate Warrior. Okay. Right. And I believe it was Bobby Heenan. He was the one explaining to us that André the Giant did not like the Ultimate Warrior because the Ultimate Warrior was too reckless in all the matches. All right?
Okay.
So, obviously Ultimate Warrior, big jacked up dude, very powerful, can do his way with a lot of people. Okay? But André the Giant, he don't play that shit. Okay? So there was a bunch of spots in their match, supposedly, according to Bobby Heenan. There was a bunch of spots in their match where the Ultimate Warrior was taking liberties with André the Giant, pretty much, hurting him. He was kind of like hurting him a little bit. And André kept saying, stop it, stop it, stop it. And Warrior just wasn't listening. So when Warrior would go back and forth, do the rope back and forth, André, all he did one time is he put his fist out, and then Ultimate Warrior, when he was doing his little back and run, Ultimate Warrior ran right into his fist and knocked it. And didn't knock him out, but knocked him down to the ground. And then André would put his knee on him and stuff and hold him there and stuff, tell him like, you gotta listen to me and shit. And I was like, so, as a kid, you like Ultimate Warrior because he's flashy, he's like a super, cartoon character. But if you're old grizzled veterans like us, you would want to see André whoop this dude's ass.
Exactly.
You know so.
Which is exactly how I feel about Warrior now. Yeah. But, I was never a fan anyway because I kind of missed the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I had stopped watching wrestling by the time Ultimate Warrior became like a thing.
Well,
then he was gone, and then he was gone by the time I started back.
Yeah.
So, so that's the story they always tell about André, right? Like, he controlled the match. Like, he didn't lose unless he wanted to.
Kind of.
Like, because you couldn't pin him, and
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well,
I mean, not to say that he wouldn't job, but I'm just saying that, like, you couldn't hold André down.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to. So yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, so obviously around this time, André's career is going down. It's 1988. Yes. His knees are about to buckle, and I think he's gonna die in like 92, right? 92 or 93.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, because he lived. I don't know if you know that he lived in North Carolina.
Oh wow!
At this time,
yeah,
when he died, he was living here.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
But sorry, side story. But yeah, he was living here. But so when was Pontiac Silverdome? That was 80.
That was 80.
Same year.
Was that the Silver? No, WrestleMania 3. That was like 87.
Yeah,
I think it was 87.
That was 87. So this is a year after that.
Yeah,
so he's a heel. He's still a heel, right?
Yeah, he's still a heel.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think he becomes babyface until like 89, 80, 90 when he goes away from the Bobby Heenan family. But they had the Ultimate Warrior come in, all right, and he's getting a lot of traction because of the look and the very excitement of his matches. So they wanted to give Ultimate Warrior a lot of credibility, so they would put him in the ring with André the Giant. You know, have the muscle big dude beat the big man. They didn't gel because of the way Ultimate Warrior was. And you got to understand at this time, you know, André the Giant, you know, I wouldn't say he had to be carried through a whole match, but he had a certain way to do his matches because of all the injuries that he had. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't want you to take liberties with him in the ring. I know he's still a big guy and he'll hold his own. So, yeah, but
for sure.
It says the Ultimate Warrior defeated André the Giant by disqualification. So probably some fuckery going on there.
I would imagine so.
But if y'all can ever find them, I'm pretty sure you can find them up on YouTube and stuff. Look up the Ultimate Warrior versus André the Giant and just pay attention to the match, especially if y'all are like wrestling fans like nowadays. You will definitely see some like fuckery in those matches of them two really not getting along. So it's pretty interesting. So, but yeah, we can go all day when it talks to the Ultimate Warrior. This is a fun time for wrestling. This is like when WWE right here, I wouldn't say they're at their pinnacle, but they're pretty hot right here. All right. They won't start slowing down until like later on in the 90s, but right about this period and stuff, they're really hot.
They're still pretty hot. Yeah, absolutely.
And this right here is also the building blocks to try to get Ultimate Warrior to be the next Hulk Hogan, which is another failed funny thing that happened. So.
Yep, that was definitely a fail.
Yeah. But Alison, what do we got going on in the world of the metal music?
So, I found this. So we haven't talked about a lot of metal in a while. So we've been kind of off the subject. So I wanted to bring metal back into the show.
Bringing it back.
So, bringing it back. So, I wanted to. So the day that this movie came out, in Miami, Florida, near your old stomping ground, sort of.
Yeah.
At the Cameo Theater, which is a very small venue. So the Cameo, from what I understand, was a place that a lot of punk bands and hardcore bands played, like in the early 80s. So it's probably pretty small. I can't find an exact capacity for it, but it was probably pretty small. And that'll come into the story in a little bit. So Megadeth was on tour promoting their third album. So Far, So Good, So What. So this is where Megadeth first started getting kind of known, I guess. You know, not as big as they would get with Rust in Peace, of course. But you know, this is where they first started getting kind of known. So they played 2 nights in a row at the Cameo. And they played so this would have been classic like Megadeth, right? This is like Megadeth when I still liked them. Where they were playing like all the fast, thrashy songs. Mustaine was still mad about being kicked out of Metallica. Well, he's still mad about it to this day. But yeah, he was trying to build his career, right? He was trying to get larger than Metallica, and Metallica was not big at this time. So, you know, you got to think about, you know, it's 1988. So Metallica a year from now would be one of the biggest metal band in the world, probably. Or one of the most popular ones. Probably not the biggest band in the world, but they were super popular. They were touring and playing arenas and selling out places, and they had a hit album and that kind of thing. But at this point, Mustaine's still trying to like overcome them, right? And he's put out all these albums with all these like really crazy guitar parts, and he just can't seem to get a band together. So he would make it another month essentially. I think until the end of May, and then his band would fall apart again because of drug addiction and, you know, his heroin addicted drummer, he would get fired. But they were playing like, this would have been awesome because they were playing like their classic songs. Like, you know, every song would have been amazing to hear. You know, like if you heard these songs today, it'd be like, it's, you know, like this is an amazing set list. But yeah, so I don't know. We haven't really talked about this Metallica Megadeth thing. So I kind of wanted to talk about it and get your opinion on it. So there's 2 kinds of people in this world. There's Megadeth guys and Metallica guys. Which one are you?
To be honest with you, like I'd probably be a Metallica guy. I don't know, man. Yeah. I just never really got into Megadeth. I just never like. I'm not like a huge Metallica. I would be more of a Slayer guy, to be honest with you.
Oh well, yeah, of course.
Out of all of them, that's more my style for thrash.
Absolutely.
But I know more Metallica songs than I do Megadeth songs. I just never really got into Megadeth at all. Even though I know they've been touring and they're like a really good band, but I just never been like a big Megadeth guy. So, what about you?
So this may come as a surprise, but I'm a Metallica guy too.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, so like the whole cool metal guy thing is like, oh, Metallica or Megadeth is cool and Metallica are sellouts or whatever. But I mean, up until Load came out, Metallica really kind of stuck to what they were doing, or at least the Black album. You could tell they kind of slowed down to get popular, but they kind of stuck to what they were doing. They were still playing thrash and playing their long songs. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like this whole time would have been a really cool time to be a fan of both of those bands. Yeah. Because Mustaine still had hope, right? Like he still had hope that he could overtake Metallica. And, he was, doing songs like In My Darkest Hour, Devil's Island. Devil's Island's a great song. I wouldn't see Megadeth for a couple more years. But when I saw they open with Devil's Island, which is fucking amazing. Then Peace Sells, which is that was the MTV news song for so long. So he was on his way up. He was going to get surpassed by Metallica. So that fall, this is April, right? So this is spring. So that fall is when Metallica would release And Justice for All, and then after that, it was over. They were just like they were huge after that. They were pushed to the moon after that. Yeah. But yeah, so this would have been a really good seminal time to see Megadeth, where they're still like, oh, I can still do this. I can still overtake those bastards, James and Lars, and I hate those guys, and they kicked me out of the band. But one thing I thought was funny, though, and I don't know if you've ever, since you don't listen to a lot of Megadeth, you may have not known this, but so the encore for that night was a song called Mechanics, which is on the first Megadeth album, which is called Killing Is My Business, Business Is Good. Yeah. I believe. Anyway, I just brought that off the top of my head. I believe that's what it's called. But anyway, so Mechanics is the same song with different lyrics as the Metallica song Four Horsemen. So, so Dave Mustaine wrote a bunch of early Metallica songs. Like he really contributed to the songwriting. And one of those songs was Four Horsemen. And then he rewrote the song for Megadeth and put it on their first album, and it's called Mechanics. And it's really funny to listen to it because it's literally the same song. Like, it's not even like, he took a little bit of it. It's the same song with different words. And it has the same melody and everything. But it's kind of cool to hear those two songs side by side and then think that and realize where they came from. Yeah. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to it, or any people out there get a chance to it, listen to Four Horsemen and then Mechanics if you haven't heard it. But it's really cool to hear. It's kind of cool and kind of really cool fuck you to James and Lars, that he's just like, I just took the song that I wrote and then I'm going to write new lyrics to it. Yeah. But yeah, so I just want to talk about Megadeth a little bit because this would have been a really cool show to be at.
Now, were they playing in that small venue in Miami?
What, say it again. You broke up a little bit.
Were they playing at that small venue in Miami?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, yeah. So they played at the Cameo. Yeah, they played at the Cameo Theater. So I mean, it's small enough that bands like the Dead Kennedys played there. So I mean, it probably holds 1,000 people or less.
It's crazy.
So it would have been it would a tiny venue.
Isn't it crazy to think like all these bands that obviously bands grow and they can grow out of small venues, but just imagine seeing like a Megadeth or a Metallica now in a small venue. I mean, that'd just be insane.
Yeah, I mean, like when I saw Megadeth, I'm trying to think, did you and I ever go to wrestling here? I don't think we did. Yeah. So in Charlotte is this place called the Grady Cole Center, which is basically a gym. Yeah. It's basically just a gymnasium. It probably holds 1,800 people maybe, but I saw Megadeth there and I saw Slayer there. And it was just a big open floor. And it had some bleachers on the sides of it that people could sit in, but it had a big open floor. The whole floor was like a big pit. But yeah, so they were still even in 91 or 2 or whatever, they were still playing like 1,800 seat capacity venues, and Metallica was playing fucking to 1 million people in Moscow or whatever.
Some shit,
but anyway, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this would have been a cool time to see Megadeth, and like a lot of people that saw this, I'm probably like, yeah, I remember when I saw them in front of 1,000 people. But I mean, it's kind of like Ghost, right? Like I saw Ghost with, in a place that holds. I saw him at the Orange Peel. Orange Peel holds what? Less than 1,000 people?
Yeah, less
800 people or something. Yeah. So I saw them at the Orange Peel, and now they're playing like fucking arenas.
Everywhere.
So yeah,
it's crazy.
So bands are small and they get big. And God bless them. I'm glad they do. Because bands like that deserve to be big.
It's true. It's true. We'll play some Megadeth at the end of the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For all the podcast listeners, not here on YouTube, brother. We'll get shut down quick.
No. YouTube doesn't like that.
We'll get shut down quicker than we already do.
No. Dave Mustaine will probably sue us.
Yeah, probably. Himself personally. Suing the Richard Blood.
That would be fucking awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
We'd be famous. We'd be famous for being sued by Dave Mustaine. But anyway, who booked this shit?
Who booked this shit? To be honest with you, all this metal and wrestling is way more entertaining than this fucking movie. I was so bored watching this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Bro, I think I was literally I fell asleep like 3 times and I had to rewatch it. But this one was written, apparently it was a 1988 Italian-Spanish-Mexico film directed and co-written by Tonino Ricci.
Sure.
Tonino Ricciardo.
That's perfect.
Or has dumbed down for Americans like myself, Anthony Richmond.
Mm-hmm. Anthony Richmond, yeah. Yes. We've talked about this before, but I love how they take their Italian names and then they make like an Italian name, make an American name sounding name because people won't go see they won't go see a film directed by Tonino Ricci, but they will go see Anthony Richmond.
Yeah, exactly.
Close enough.
They do it for people like me who can't pronounce their names. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I was doing some research about this guy. Apparently, he's directed a bunch of shit. Most of them have been like Conqueror and Amazon style movies, like kind of like fake Conan the Barbarian movies and stuff.
Yeah.
He did work with Klaus Kinski, which we talked about recently here on the Retro Blood. I think we did Creature with him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, check that out in the archives. He done a couple of spaghetti westerns. And I think some of the coolest thing, which is a hint for next month, apparently it says in Canada, after having acted as a second unit director to Lucio Fulci.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Lucio Fulci, yeah,
Lucio.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm trying to do it my Italian style, brother.
I know, you gotta do it in your Super Mario accent.
Lucio Fulci.
Exactly, that's perfect.
He worked with Fulci on White Fang and Challenge to White Fang. There, Alison.
Yeah, they made a sequel.
Did you ever watch White Fang? That's the 70s.
No, but I actually want to see these movies. Though I didn't know these existed until we started researching this movie. But
I know.
White Fang, it's based on a book from a Jack London book. But I just trying to imagine Lucio Fulci making White Fang into a movie. So I definitely want to see this. I'm definitely want to see if I can find it. But this sounds awesome though.
And then Richie, he directed the follow White Fang to the rescue.
White Fang to the rescue.
Good to go.
I wonder if it's just like this movie.
So a couple things. Apparently the big star. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, we had a couple big stars in this, I guess. For Mexican and Italians. So, Treat Williams, he's our man who played David Zeiger, the suave guy, the playboy, if I would say, of the film. Okay. He, he's been known to do a couple stuff on here. Apparently, he was in Steven Spielberg historical comedy 1941. Okay.
Yeah, we talked about that last week or the week before. But Treat Williams is a fairly famous actor.
Yeah.
But he's not like a household name, but he's somebody that you would see in TV movies and small movies or small parts in big movies, I guess you could say.
Yeah, because they're saying on here, later on in his career, he would do Earwood. I guess he played Dr. Andy Brown, for which he received a Satellite Award and nominated for Best Actor. Okay.
Yeah, he was in this. He was in those Substitute movies.
Yeah, there you go.
Later on.
Apparently he's still going at it on some stuff. At least his last stuff was in 2024. He was in the Feud, Capitone versus the Swans. I'm not sure what that is. All right.
Well, yeah, he had movies that came out in 2024, but he was killed in a motorcycle crash the year before that.
Oh shit! Okay.
So he's dead now, but yeah, he was killed in a motorcycle crash.
Yeah. But I thought his performance in this movie was pretty well. Like this director, this Tonio guy, he really liked this guy because he booked him and wrote him like some sort of like fucking. I mean, all the women loved him. The sharks feared him. The evil corporation feared him. The evil corporations couldn't outsmart him. I mean, golly, what more do you need? Another famous actor in this one was Antonio Fergus, who played Paco.
Mm. All right, I know him from
Starsky and Hutch.
Starsky and Hutch. He played Huggy Bear. Yeah.
Yes. Obviously that's probably what he's most known for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, he was also in a couple episodes of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Shout out to that show, one of my favorite growing up, and The Steve Harvey Show, another favorite one of mine growing up.
Oh wow, okay.
He was also he played the driver in the 1997 music video for the Backstreet Boys' "Everybody," one of Alison's favorite.
You got to get paid somehow, right?
And he also appeared as a robot in their music video "Larger Than Life." So our boy over here, our boy Paco, all right, Antonio Fergus, he's a big boy band guy.
I guess so. Like he ends up in all those boy band videos. So he played a driver and a robot.
What's your favorite boy band there, Alison? You got a favorite boy band?
Are we talking American boy bands?
Oh, there's more than... who's the non-American one?
Well, I mean, like all those Korean boy bands are really popular right now.
Oh yeah, I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, all those Korean K-pop.
I'm talking about the American ones, boy, from the 90s.
So I don't know if you count this, but as a boy band, but if I'm gonna pick one, it's gonna be Boyz II Men.
Shit, you know what? That's funny because that was my exact same one.
Wow, man, we're right on the same wavelength tonight. Metallica and Boyz II Men.
Boyz II Men. That's crazy. That's 2 out of 2 so far. Bro, that Boyz II Men. Boy, those. Okay, listen, them motherfuckers. That will get you. That right there will get you some pussy, brother. Okay, don't tell me. I'm not like Backstreet Boys, and that's for the little teeny boppers. Nobody gave a shit about that. No. Motherfucker, you put on a Boyz II Men CD, you might as well just fucking, bro. You might just fucking do some creepy shit. You're not gonna be doing some good shit. You're gonna do some David Ziegler shit that night, brother. Okay?
Exactly.
You put on some Boyz II Men.
Cool as Ziegler.
All right. Oof. That's where our boy Paco should have been in. Boyz II Men.
Should have been his Boyz II Men video.
Not that stupid NSYNC and stuff. Even though shout out to Justin Timberlake, he was really good. All right, but all the other ones sucked. All right.
I can't even name a single other person in any of those bands.
I don't know either.
But but yeah, Boyz II Men's where it's at.
Yeah. So back to the movie.
Sure.
The filming took. There's not a whole lot I found about this movie. I'm guessing this movie just got made just to get made. You know what I mean? Like we got sharks, we got Rico Suave over here. Let's just make a fucking movie. All right. So apparently, the filming took place in the Dominican Republic. All right.
Yep.
And let's see what else we got about this one. When it comes to some of my notes here, I got some trivia on the movie itself. If they'll load up here, come on, load up. Here we go. All right. So apparently, this was Christopher Conley's final film. He's the one who played the priest.
He played the priest, yeah.
Yes.
And he would die like not long after this movie was made.
Yeah, I believe he had some sort of throat cancer or something.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty sad on there.
Yeah, he was also in Manhattan Baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he was in Manhattan Baby.
God, what a fucking horrible movie that was.
No, I like that movie. Another Fulci movie that may or may not be coming up again soon.
Yeah, may or may not. We will see. You will find out at the end of this episode. So I didn't realize this, and we had to watch the rated R one, I guess. But apparently this is available in both rated R and PG-13. And I'm just like, what the fuck was rated R about this film?
Did we watch the rated R? I watched mine on Tubi.
I did too.
Okay.
I guess we got the PG version? I have no idea.
I'm guessing we did.
Okay.
I wonder what the difference is.
I'm going to say this one for last because I thought this part was hilarious. And
okay.
I'm reading some of this stuff, and I got some of my notes off of IMDb. All right, so I say pretty credible. IMDb is pretty credible.
It is.
But I could not take this seriously, but I'm going to save it towards the end. Okay. So we had Janet Arjun had the previous decade starred in director Tonino Ricci, similar title Cave of the Sharks.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Cave of the Sharks.
Cave of the Sharks, brother.
Are they... So there's sharks that are living in a cave?
Yeah.
Underwater?
But it's probably about government conspiracy.
Underwater cave?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Fair enough.
So both are more neo-noir thrillers involving diamonds than they are about sharks.
Yeah, no shit.
So both of them have a subplot, or the main plot is about people stealing diamonds, and then there just so happen to be some sharks around there, brother.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you know. I did also want to mention that sorry, it just left my mind what I was going to say. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Is it the composer?
I'll catch back up. No.
Okay. So I got this is kind of funny, and I'm not really sure how this works, but I guess and take this one with a grain of salt too. But it says for some reason, at some point after the film's release, the film became treated as a public domain title in the United States. Okay. Yeah. I've never heard of this anywhere. And this is maybe like a song or band or something, maybe. So it said, flood of inferior copies have been floating around the market, usually sourced from the U.S. Media Home Entertainment VHS or a lower quality source. So
which is what we watched.
So I guess there's a bunch of bootlegs out there of Night of the Sharks or something?
Well, yeah. So basically, when a movie is considered public domain, like a good example is Night of the Living Dead is considered public domain.
Yes.
Because they forgot, supposedly, I did not know, I cannot believe this is a real thing. But apparently, the story about Night of the Living Dead was, it was originally called something else, right? I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But when they changed the title to Night of the Living Dead, they forgot to put the little copyright C on it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And apparently that just fucks you up altogether if you don't do that.
Yeah.
So so they didn't put the copyright C when they changed the title, so it became public domain immediately. So, which is why you can watch, anybody could release a copy of Night of the Living Dead and not have to pay anything for it. So this movie was the same way. So it was considered public domain. So people, I don't know, they don't obviously do it anymore, but I don't, back in the 80s and early 90s, you could go into like Sears or something, and there would be a whole bin full of like $5 VHS tapes or $3 VHS tapes. And like all these companies would just take these movies that they could get, like the cheapest movies they could possibly get the rights to, and public domain movies and stuff like that. And they would just make video cassettes of them and put them in these bins for like $3. And then they cost $1 to make or whatever. And they made $2 every time, whatever it is. So that was one of these. So that's why all these versions that we're watching are so shitty, is because they're just, Tubi put it on their channel because it's public domain. So they don't have to pay for it. So that's just more content they can have. And as we know from being content creators ourselves, the more content you have, the better off you are, even if it's not all good. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you don't have to have the best movies in the world. You just need to have enough of them.
Yep. Let's keep pushing it out, brother. So I might fuck up this name, but I'll try my best.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Italian cult movie composer Stefano Semperia?
I would say Cipriani, but I could be wrong.
Cipriani Ravioli. All right.
Yeah, ravioli.
Yeah. I love Italians, by the way.
I do. I love his Italian movies.
Bro, some of our favorite movies are Italian movies we do on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he scored the music, and just like Alison was saying earlier, his inspiration was the currently popular Miami Vice themes, songs and stuff. So I thought that was fun.
Yeah, he has scored a bunch of really good movies. He scored Rabid Dogs. He scored Baron Blood. bunch of good stuff that I can think of.
All right, so this is we're going to end on this, and then we'll go to the full review. But I could not believe this when I read it. I almost fell out of my chair. Okay? And I can't believe, I don't know. Like, you have to tell me if you believe this or not, Alison, because I just could not imagine this happening. But if it did, this would be my favorite movie of all time.
Okay.
Apparently, in the announced cast of the film,
okay,
our boy David Zeiger, according to IMDb, was originally announced to play, has a lead, Christopher Walken. Oh my God.
You're making that up.
Brother, you gotta be fucking kidding
Would have been
me.
Amazing.
Could you imagine Christopher fucking Walken in this fucking Night of the Shark on the beach, having a fucking side piece of some sort of like fucking I cannot imagine this at all.
What wasn't this about the same time you made Communion that we just talked about?
Yeah, it was around the same time.
Communion was 89.
Yeah, 89, yeah.
So just imagine he made this shit and then he would make Communion right after that.
Brother, I could not imagine. Bro, could you imagine?
Wow.
Could you imagine? Hey, hey, look at me. I'm Christopher Walken. They got diamonds here, man. Why are you doing these diamonds?
What do you do with this CD? What do you do?
Yeah.
What's on the CD, man?
Why do you want me to water? Why do you want me to water? Why gotta go in the water? What sharks are in the water? Why should I go in the water?
There's sharks. There's sharks in there.
There's sharks in the water. Why can I go in the water? Why do you go in the water? Oh God, this is walking around look like a pilgrim for some reason. Fuck, brother. If he was in this movie, I guarantee you that shit would have been legendary. He would have won an Oscar for that performance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what it would have been amazing. It would have been amazing. There's sharks in the water.
There's sharks.
Yeah,
Where am I
that
going
would have been
there?
great.
Hey, I don't know why you broke up with me. I got this girl over here. It's okay. Just join together. I'm Christopher Walken. Come on now. All right. All right. I'll take the diamonds. It's okay. Oh. Let me dance with aliens for some reason. Okay.
Dance with aliens. And get high.
Shout out to Communion, bro. That's one of my favorite reviews we've ever done.
Yeah.
That was such a
you're just
wacky
like, what
fucking
the
movie, bro.
Fuck? What the fuck did I
find
just
that in the
watch?
archives. If y'all haven't seen that yet, if you're new to Retro Blood, go find Communion. I think we did that like 2 months ago. That shit is hilarious.
Yeah, you need to watch it. Communion, the weird thing about Communion, not to stay on Communion too long because it's in the past, but you could watch Communion front to back or back to front, and it wouldn't make any difference. It'd make the same amount of sense.
Yeah. Fantastic. That's way more entertaining than this movie, brother. Christopher Walken was in this fucking movie. I guarantee
then it would have been great.
That shit wouldn't have been at the dollar bin, all right? Fucking on the bottom like this movie was. It'd have been at fucking this would have been at J.H. Rollison Center, and it would have been out of the stock. You know why it would have been out of the store? Because I would rent it every day.
Keep it. I'd have 10 copies of this thing if it were in my video store.
So
I did remember what I was going to say from a few minutes ago, though. Salvatore Borghese, who played Garcia in this same year would also be in the original version of Green Inferno.
Oh, okay.
Which was also known as Cannibal Holocaust 2.
Yeah.
So he was in like the sequel to Cannibal Holocaust the same year.
Wow.
So he went from doing this to being in a cannibal movie the same year.
He must like his beach horror movies.
I guess so.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got to be out there.
You know what this movie was missing? Voodoo.
Oh shit, man! Yeah, what the fuck? Where was that at?
An Italian movie with no voodoo. I know.
What the fuck?
There's no voodoo.
There's
I just kept
voodoo.
on it.
There's not even like no eye poking.
No, you know eye poking. Either. Well, maybe in the rated R version because I think we saw the PG-13 version or PG version.
Well,
but anyway.
Well, everybody, let's get into it. Let's get into the full review of the Night of the Sharks.
Let's do it.
James Ziegler has double-crossed the Mafia. He's on the run.
This will be the last time you have to pay me.
But there's no place to hide. Now his brother has something they want.
$2 million worth of diamonds.
And enough evidence to put them inside.
What do you think? It could be dangerous.
He's ready to take them on.
You're signing your own death sentence, David.
On his own ground.
So why don't you take off?
Playing by his rules. For for the highest stakes. What started as blackmail is now a private war. Night of the Sharks with Treat Williams, Christopher Conley, and Antonio Fargas. Night of the Sharks.
All right, so we start off with some sharks in the water. All right, this guy's getting all suited up in his scuba gear. All right, we have two dudes on the beach, which we're gonna find out. One, his name is David Zeiger and Paco.
Yeah.
And basically what we're seeing right now is this guy's going, let's say he's going like shark hunting, I guess. And the whole conversation is David is all pissed off that Paco let him go shark hunting for like $100 or something like that. And now David's, an upright citizen guy. So he goes and stops the shark hunter into water. Okay. So the scuba guy, the scuba diver guy is trying to spear the shark. All right. And he actually spears the shark. And for some reason, this shark makes dinosaur sounds.
Yes, I noticed that.
I wonder if the same shark from Jaws 3D was in this one.
Maybe, because I'm wondering if maybe that's where they got this. Because I remember how the Jaws shark roared in the first movie, kind of. So I think that's what they're taking this from. But anyway.
So David comes and tries to get the guy out there, but during all the melee, the scuba diver gets attacked by the shark that he speared, and apparently it bit his leg off. But David, since he's our hero of the story and he's invincible, he gets away from the shark fine and he rescues the scuba diver all at the same time. And then and everybody's all happy on the beach. And then we get some 1980s music to get us going.
Yep. Like Miami Vice.
Yep, like Miami Vice. This is like an intro to Miami Vice in a way, I guess. You know what I mean?
Kinda, yeah, it is.
This is like the 1980s version of Baywatch, except with no chicks.
Yeah, with no chicks.
All right, this guy isn't as cool as David Hasselhoff either. All right, so we have this guy getting out of the limo. All right, and we get this like other 80s. I took my notes. Other 80s rock dude. All right, showing up there. We get this like we get the bad guys looking for this guy in the building. So basically what we're seeing right now is we're meeting the brother of David, James Zeiger. Now James Zeiger kind of looks like a Italian version of Rocky.
Sort of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
He kind of got that look going a little bit for himself. And he basically we see him stealing papers. And he gets out of the building while all the henchmen try to look for him, but they get there too late. All right. And he gets in a taxi. All right. And now the bad guy's saying, crap. He found the CD. Damn it. Don't you hate when that happens? And he's like, fuck, I should have put that shit on a floppy.
Well, yeah. So I'm thinking like this is like high technology at this time, right? Your incriminating evidence goes on to a music CD, and it is a music CD, right? It's not a CD-ROM. It's like because remember they talk about how they listen to it.
Yeah, listen to it. Yeah.
So it's I guess it's like they want to use a CD because that was current technology instead of it being a cassette tape or something.
Yeah. So James drops off the package of the CD and he mails it to David, and he says, "David, your life depends on this." I was like, why are you wrapping up your brother in this fucking... All right, so now we have two old dudes one is Tony. He's kind of like the more like Mexican looking one. And then we have the Adam West Batman villain, Mustache Man himself. I called him Mustache number 1 because we'll see a Mustache number 2 later. But his name is Steiner. All right.
Steiner.
So they listen to the tape. Okay. And basically what the story is James has been working for them for about 5 years or so. And James was in, he basically wiretapped for them, for this guy's like company and stuff, to get like trade secrets and stuff. And now James is trying to blackmail them into giving him $2 million worth of diamonds. Or else he's going to release all this shit to the press, brother.
Yep.
All right. And James is also saying, you don't want that to happen because I know you're in cahoots with the White House.
Ooh.
So we're getting some scandalicious stuff over here.
Yeah, political intrigue.
Yeah. What do you think the shark thinks about this?
I think the shark is just looking for lunch at this point.
All right. What do you think? What do you think he wants out of this? Do you think he wants part of the diamonds? All right.
Fucking shark. Yeah.
All right. So now,
the shark has nothing to do with this plot, but yes.
All right. So my favorite part of this speech, he's going on. This James guy on here. It's like, the White House is involved. I know they are. You guys are in deep shit. And he kept saying the company, which I don't know, was it Nagler or something? It was some sort of weird company name.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
My favorite part was at the end. Is like, remember Watergate? All right.
Right.
I was like,
it's a lot like that, kind of. He's in cahoots with the White House.
Yeah. All right. So now we're back on the island. All right. David sees his squeeze, which we're going to find out. I guess it's his side chick. All right. And his friend Paco. Okay. His squeeze gave David some newspaper. All right. Saying that the crazy guy had lived, but has lost his leg. All right. And then David says, well, I hope that was the only Cyclops in the water. So apparently he names his sharks Cyclops after a X-Men character.
Apparently. Or maybe because it has one eye. I don't know.
So I wasn't really sure. Like, now, was he talking about the shark as being the Cyclops, or was he talking about the hunter group?
I have no idea what he's talking about in this part of the movie.
So now his side piece does what a side piece does, saying, "Can I cook you some food?"
Yes.
Like, oh, you know what? Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
She looked pretty good in this film. Actually, both the women look pretty good in this film, I would say. I think they were actually... we didn't talk about the female cast, but the Liz Ziegler, Janet Arkin, she's the one that worked with our director before, but she apparently was she was a primary. She primarily did Italian exploitation films. All right, and apparently she was a Swedish actress and stuff.
Yes, she was Janet Agren. Yeah, she was a Swedish actress, but she appeared in a lot of genre Italian movies.
And we actually talked about her before because she played Shelley Morris in Eaten Alive.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. She was in Eaten Alive. Yeah.
She was also in another review we did, City of the Living Dead. She played Sandra. So she's
okay.
So she's in a lot of the Italian style movies, and I think she was good. She was always a really good actress and stuff. Really down to doing his horror movies and stuff. Pretty cool stuff over here. But yeah, two of those groups, City of the Living Dead and Eaten Alive. Everybody check those out in the archives. Two really good reviews. Actually, Eaten Alive is one of our most popular episodes we ever did of all time.
No, that's cool. I mean, it's a great movie. So and we did a good show on it, so I wouldn't be surprised.
So now, so he's talking to side piece, and then basically it's like Paco is teasing the side piece, I guess, because her and David are not really official. All right.
Right.
And apparently David doesn't want the island to know that they're fucking or something. I have no idea. Because Paco pulls out something that looks like a condom, and he's like teasing her about it. Okay. All right. So now he's teasing the girl, okay, and they're saying that the hunter's going to get a new leg, okay? And then David looking out to the water, and he sees a shark in the water.
Uh-oh.
All right, so now we can see that the shark is still hooked to that hunter's spear, all right? Mm-hmm. And now it's dragging David's boat away, okay? Mm-hmm. But no fear. We have David over here. This guy, he could do anything. Remember,
he could do anything.
You know that Corona guy? You know what I mean? He was on the Corona. Who was that guy in the Corona commercials? Who could do everything?
No, you're talking about the most interesting man alive.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah,
that wasn't Corona, was it?
What was it? What beer was that?
Was that Dos Equis?
Dos Equis or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Move over. We don't need you anymore. We got David Zeiger over here. He's the most interesting man alive. Because David just goes on there. He gets on the boat, says "fuck you" to the shark, and then takes his boat back. Easy, no problem. All right, but he falls off the boat first. Friends get worried, but no fear. We have Ziegler over here, brother. He's all good. All right. And the shark. Now David gets back on the shark. Basically, the shark and David are going at it, but the shark doesn't know what he's in for, brother. Okay, because he's going after David, and David gets his boat back, and it gets the motor running. All right. And then, so this one was kind of weird.
Yeah.
So, David, he falls off the boat because the shark hit the boat. He falls off. They go at it for a little bit, but then David just goes back on the boat, gets the motor, and leaves. Okay. But then the very next scene, we see a dead shark that David's just hanging out with. So did I miss something? Did you see him kill a shark? I didn't see any killing sharks at all.
No, but maybe they didn't have the special effects budget for that, so we just have to assume that he killed the shark in the scenes we weren't watching.
All right, so now we cut to a scene where we're at the bar, or the town bar, and apparently the tribe people over here want to do a bet, okay, and they're gonna bet with American dollars.
Ooh,
there you go.
That's how you know they're serious.
So Paco wants to try this, all right? And they didn't want him to do it at first, but he's like, you all trust my partner, so you can trust me, okay? So then Paco's also trying to sell them American lady bracelets for some reason, all right? And then I guess the game was put your hand into the shark's mouth and see if it's still alive or not or something. And somehow... Okay. Paco gets caught for cheating. He gets caught cheating doing this. Maybe he holded the mouth open or something. And then while all this is happening, David gets a call from his brother. All right. And then David doesn't want to talk to his brother. He wants to hang up. But then the friend got caught cheating. Paco did. So they all start fighting at the bar.
Yeah.
Everybody starts fighting and stuff. Okay. And then Paco escapes the fighting, all right? And then basically David now tells everybody to be quiet, and they all listen to him. And then he says, hey, everybody, calm down. I'm going to buy you all brewskis.
Brewskis. Yeah, that'll always make me calm down if somebody buys me a brewski.
And then they laugh at the bar, okay? So we're sitting in this scene that David and James technically don't get along too well. James is like the troubled brother and shit like that. So, but I do like it though. I forgot to mention this. Before David offered everybody beer, he does fight a couple of people and he whoops everybody's ass. Because of course he does. He's David.
Because he has to, right? Because he's James Bond. Kind of.
So now we have. We have like this blonde girl, okay, going to the aquarium. She says she's going to go to the aquarium at 11. And this is when we meet David's ex-wife, Liz. All right. Then we see some topless girls at the beach. All right. Or at least by the pool. Sorry. Topless girls by the pool. And then we get some rich dudes, all right? And we get like this rich guy and this smart tech guy, okay? And basically what they're trying to do is James now gets to the aquarium. All right. And basically what they're doing is I guess they wired this guy that James is talking to, and they're trying to track James down. Like they're basically trying to track him down. Okay.
Right.
We have the rich dude, which is Steiner, mustache guy, in a helicopter. He sees James at this like aquarium, and he lands. All right. This Moeller guy, Moeller Warner, you should saw what this guy looks like. He looks like a little fucking winner. All right. He says, hey, you won't make out alive like this time like you did last time. All right. You have to lay low. All right. Okay. And then now James meets with the this blonde girl. All right. Which actually wasn't Liz. My bad. This was just some random blonde girl in a van.
Okay.
Yeah. We meet Liz a little later. My apologies.
Yeah, but Ziegler gets all the chicks, so
yeah,
it's easy to get them confused.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many. So James like just goes on to this blonde's van, all right, and she's like, where are we going? It's like, well, let's go anywhere, all right. And this Warren guy, now Warren goes up to the Steiner, okay, and he gives him a copy of the tape, all right, but it's not the tape, it's actually it's a fake tape, all right. And then James James thought he had the box, which he does, the box of diamonds, but the box also is a tracking box as well too, okay. All right, so now we have cars going after the van and the limo. Okay, they're like trying to corner the van, and they eventually do. And then the lady in the van, her name was Mona. You ever had a Mona there, Alison?
No, I don't even like that name. I don't think I would date someone named Mona.
You ever had a Momacita?
A Monacita.
So they grabbed the tracking, but there's no James there. So James is gone. He got away. All right. And James is also happy too, because he's able to get away and get the diamonds as well too. Okay. So now I guess he calls up, or he left a message, James did, telling Steiner that he has a copy, and then anything happens to him, he will give that copy out. So further blackmailing this Steiner guy.
Yeah.
So now Tony and Steiner go over what do they know about James, and they said they know that he has a brother named David. All right.
Yeah.
And maybe they can like get to David, and that's how they can kind of get to James. All right. And then Tony says, "Well, I got a crew in Mexico. All right. I can have him in 2 hours. Okay." And then I guess Steiner has a constant. She's like, "Ha ha ha! I don't know if I want to kill him." All right. And then Tony says, "We have no choice. We have no choice to kill him." All right.
So, not to interrupt you, but so this movie at this point is really dragging for me.
I told you, boring as fuck.
Nobody's really doing anything.
Nothing.
And they're all just talking about how they have to kill him, or maybe they don't. Or
well,
whatever.
I think the problem with this one is, okay, so when I was watching these two guys go, I don't know if it was the dubbing. I don't know if this is the lines of the dubbing. Because, okay, a lot of times in these Italian films, we know that we're not watching the original talking stuff. We're having dubbed, okay?
Right. Yeah.
The particular dubbed that they did for these two characters, it made them seem like Adam West villains, because they literally the mustache is like, "We will find him and get him," and Tony's like, "Well, I got two guys in Mexico that can kill him." He's like, "Kill him? Oh, I don't know if we could do all that. I don't know if I want killing on my hands."
But
oh god,
something else would be fine. Just beat him up really bad, I guess.
And then basically Tony was going over like saying like, they're gonna be fucked either way. Okay. So now we cut back. We have David. He hangs out with a bunch of kids at church, and this is when we meet the priest guy. All right, the father of this one, Father Meta.
Yeah.
All right, he's there. Father says he has a letter. All right. And David reads the letter. And of course, is that the letter that James sent off. And then Father asks, is this trouble? It says yes. And then the father's like, oh, can I pray for you? It's like, well, don't play for me. Play for my brother. Because it is bad. Because his brother got into some way. Basically, the story is James got into way over his head. Because he's trying to blackmail like this base. I guess like they didn't say who these guys were, but I'm guessing there was some sort of like cartel or something. You know what I mean? They were some sort of
that's
like
what I'm, that's what, yeah. That's what I'm guessing. They're just like
some big
drug
dealers.
Yeah.
All right. So it says his brother is basically on his way to kill himself. All right. So brother. Well, he also says like his brother's on the way and I'm gonna kill him. All right. So the brother arrives. Okay. And he arrives by a plane, okay? James gets off the plane. And then we see, I know shit, some sort of like 007 scope, some sniper scope on his head. Yeah. And then it shoots him, I guess. And then it shoots and it blows up the helicopter or the airplane shit. It just blows up the fucking plane with one shot. I mean, where the fuck was this guy? That's a great shot. All right. And then
that's amazing.
David jumps in the water, shirt off again, because he's David Hasselhoff, swims to his brother, all right? And then while David's doing this, the shark is back. Talk about wrong timing. He's going to go help out his brother that just got shot, and there's a shark in the water, okay?
The shark shows up.
So David gets, the shark, he tries to get David, but he can't, because it's David. So David gets his brother, and he swims back, all right? So now the friends drop off them an air tank. Well, while they're down there, the friend Paco drops them an air tank. Okay, so David puts on the air tank mask and then they swim back up. Okay, and then he puts his brother back on the bed. All right, brother tells him in the most like 80s death lines you can hear. David, I got 2 million diamonds. I'm dying.
I'm dying.
But take it. All right. I only brought them over here to split them with you. That's what he tells him.
Of course he did.
And of course, James dies very slowly, I guess. So now we see some tribe dancing. At least we got that, Alison. We didn't get no voodoo, but we got some tribe dancing.
No. Yeah, I thought that was really strange, but yeah. I don't know if that fits. If this is indeed Mexico, I don't know if that really fits the.
Well, I thought it was Samoa at first.
Right. Because that's kind of what it looks like, right? It kind of looks like, whatever, like Samoan, Hawaiian.
Hawaiian,
yes.
What I was
trying to think of, but yeah.
So David gets a visit from the priest now. All right, and the priest says, "Well, I hope those people don't come from you." Thanks, priest. All right, said he tells David, hey man, you should run. All right, and then David doesn't want to do that. All right, he's like, I'm not afraid, I'm not going to do that. Paco says the night of the sharks bring good feast. None of us are eating though. Thank you, Paco. Thank you for telling us the title of the movie in there.
It's great. That's why it's called Night of the Sharks, because this one line, right?
Yeah. Well, I like it. I like it when they add the title of the film in the movie. I don't know.
Yeah, so do I. But I mean, they never deal with the sharks at nighttime, so I'm not really sure why it's called that, other than Paco says this one line about Night of the Sharks. But yeah.
It's a metaphor for gangsters and diamonds. All right.
Yeah, of course.
So now we get some more tribe stuff. Now David walks out on the beach to 80s music. Then he stares at the sea to sad 80s music. You ever done that, Alison? Just walk out of your house and stare out and just... I'm going to do that one day.
That's what happens most of the time when I'm leaving my house. It's sad music playing.
It's sad 80s music, though. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, sad 80s music is what's usually playing when I leave my house at any time, to be honest with you.
That'd be a great ringtone, just sad 80s music, just staring. Like, you know what? I might be rich now, and I got 2 bitches, but my brother's dead.
But my brother's dead. But I got plenty of diamonds, though.
So now Steiner, aka Mustache One. All right, he talks about David Zeiger. What do we know about him? All right. So he's like, I want to take care of him personally. All right, and I don't want. Steiner doesn't want Tony's Mexican thugs to do it. He wants David Zeiger alive, and he wants the disc. Because remember, David got a James's backup disc. Remember, it went to David. All right, because first James gave it to that one Warren guy. All right, and then he gave the backup disc to David for his insurance policy that apparently didn't work out because the fucker died anyway. All right. So now Mustache knows he has to, solve this problem. All right. And then he's going on saying like, yes, I bet this David, I know his life story, and I bet he's been a great citizen. The fuck does that have to do with anything?
I have no idea. I mean, maybe it just means he's a good person or something. That's what they're thinking. So he could not possibly have done what they claim he did.
So now Steiner goes. He goes to the boat. This boathouse, and now he's going to talk with Ziegler's wife. So this is when we meet Liz. All right, our girl Janet. She's on here now. All right, so now Steiner is talking, and he knows that Liz and David are not married, but he knows that Liz got a loan to make a spa. All right, like a sports spa that she can't pay for. But he's all like, hey, I know somebody at the bank. So if you help me out with this David thing, maybe I could talk to him. And she's like, okay, well, I'll figure this out then. All right, so now after this, Paco tells David to leave, and he has the diamonds. All right, and he says, Paco, you're my friend. All right. He says, everything is cool. All right, and if this guy's itching for a war, I'm down for it. So basically, everybody in the island is telling David to get the fuck out of here before these mafia people with a lot more artillery than he has are gonna kill his ass. And David's like, don't worry about that. I got muscles.
Yeah, because I can do anything. Nobody can kill me. I kill sharks.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't really kill the sharks. He just gets away from them.
Oh, that's true.
All right, so now David goes into the ocean, and he has meat in the hand to lure the shark. All right, and he says he has prime horse meat. There, Alison, you don't got no horse meat on you.
No, I've never had horse meat. Have you? It's apparently a delicacy in some places in the country and the world, though. I don't know. I'm not down with eating horses, though.
Yeah,
or sharks, but especially horses.
So then he feeds the shark, and now he's all happy. Okay, interesting. And then I put in my notes, next we see him cut open the shark. So did he feed him poison horse meat?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to think.
Explain this to me, Alison. He's happy with the shark, feeding a shark, and now he kills the motherfucker.
Right. Well, that's kind of what shark hunters do, right? They love sharks, but they kill them.
But I thought he was the good guy.
Had a love affair with sharks. Well, so was Quint. Quint was the good guy, but he killed sharks.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so now, where am I at now? Okay, so now after David cut open the shark that he fed very happily to kill him, his ex-wife shows up. All right, and he makes a joke saying, "Oh, have you come over here to collect the alimony?" And she's all like, "Oh, I didn't sign that all stuff." And he's like, "I'm just kidding." And then she says, "Hey, your life is on the line." All right. And it's like, okay, well, let's go get a beer together. So they go to the hotel. Paco and the new girl show up. And then we can see that David and his ex-wife, Liz, are leaving. And now David's squeeze, his side piece, is now upset. Okay. So she's upset. And then I like this part, though. And Paco is all like, don't worry about that. That's his ex-wife. They don't want to have anything to do with each other. They were only talking. It's just a business transaction. You have nothing to worry about. And then the next scene, you know what the next scene was? The next scene was...
They're fucking.
David and his Liz just got done fucking. And I was like,
Exactly.
bro, that Paco guy, what a great wingman. Where is this guy at, brother? He's a fucking great wingman. All right?
Yeah, I would definitely hang out with Paco.
I know, me too, brother. All right? This guy was great. And she believed him. I was like, God damn. This David guy, bro, he knows how to pick him. All right? So after fucking the ex-wife, all right, he didn't even glance at his side piece either. All right, when he was taking that girl to go home and fuck her at the hotel. Okay? They were talking about, she was just saying, like, listen, this is like your last chance and stuff. You know, all they want is just a disc, all right? And they will pay you for that disc. They'll pay you handsomely for the disc. And I was just saying, like, the bitch, you know I got a bunch of diamonds on me? Like, what the fuck do I need their money for? All right. So now, and then basically she goes on saying James is wiring them for 5 years. All right. She said, like, he was headstrong and stuff. Like, basically, David saying, like, yes, I know my brother was into this and he's the one that started all this stuff, but I am not going to leave. I'm going to stand my ground and I'm very headstrong. All right. And then they kiss. All right. And then David says, I do have a plan, but I need your help with it. And Liz agrees to the plan, kind of. All right. So the phone rings. Guess what? It's Mustache, a.k.a. Steiner. He's calling. He wants to know the status. All right. So Liz says, I couldn't convince him, David, but I did convince his partner, Paco, all right, that he will now give up the disc and stuff. Where would you like me to put it? And Mustache is like, oh, yeah, just put it in the safe and say it's for Mr. Smith. And then Mustache is all happy. He's like, oh, yes, look at me. I'm a Batman villain from Adam West. I'm twirling my mustache.
My mustache.
Believe it. And call him Smith. Great job. All right. So
I think it's hilarious that his alias is Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
It's like the most generic name you could possibly come up with. But all right. Anyway. So continue on with this piece of art.
So obviously this was part of David's plan to lure them in, you know, to not really give them the disc, but to like kind of like trick them. Okay. Because he knows basically what the plan was going to be, which I'm guessing here. Steiner was going to have Liz, you know, get the disc from David. They were going to collect the disc. They were going to give him the money, and then they would just kill them both.
Right.
All right. And I'm pretty sure David knew this, so that's why he came up with this plan. Okay. So, and then, in a very Adam West evil villain Batman way, Steiner goes, oh, yeah, and you should stay at the hotel for a couple of days. Ha, 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 ha. There's nothing that's going to harm you. Don't worry about it.
No, there could not possibly, nothing could possibly go wrong.
So then Steiner and Tony, they go over how much they like a good old shootout. Okay. So Tony says it's you know, shootouts are final. All right, Mr. Steiner. All right. And then Steiner says, well, we have to do this because we're in hot water. So basically Steiner now agrees that he's not going to take it easy anymore of trying to like just intimidate people. He wants to kill people now. Okay. So then we get a whole new Mustache guy.
Oh, Mustache 2.
Mustache 2. His one was a lot more bushier though, and he wasn't as rich. He was like the henchman. He was the henchman mustache guy. All right. He's looking on the beach. He's looking at all kind of people outside the beach. He sees the priest guy talking with David and stuff. We see Liz. She puts the disc into the safe, calling it Smith. Mustache 2 hears this. He calls Tony. He says the goods have arrived. Okay. This is such like a fucking. This has to be like this like every evil villain from the fucking Batman cartoons. You know what I mean? Like the mobster villains and stuff. It's just really funny. He asks about Steiner. Now David meets Paco on a boat. Says he needs this shit. Okay, he has to stay here. And then David goes out to sea because David's still looking for sharks. Okay. Priest asked Paco, what if this plan doesn't work? Okay. And then Paco's like, I don't know. You're the one that talks to God. Okay.
Good point.
So now David is on his boat and the ex Liz is there. Okay. And she's just like, listen, you got me, you got you got these diamonds. Why don't we not do your plan? Why don't we just get the fuck out of here?
Yeah.
All right. And
But
David,
that would be too easy.
That would be way too easy. And that's what should have happened, to be honest with you. Okay. But no. All right. She's like, you're signing your death warrant over here if you stay here. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. All right. So she calls him a bastard. All right. And she's like, you don't know these people. They're dangerous. All right. And she's like, let's just get out of here. All right. And David thinks like, she's thinking like, listen, you know, this might be, we got to get you out of here. We got to get you out of here and I'll deal with these guys. Okay.
Right.
All right. So then apparently Mustache 2 apparently rigged the boat that they're on, because while they're talking to each other, going back and forth that they should go or stay, there was TNT explosions on the boat.
Uh-oh.
All right. So while David's saying, we got to get you out of here before they kill you, he opens up part of the boat and he sees the TNT, and that's when they both jump off. And then the boat explodes. Paco gets all worried, and he gets on a boat and tries to rescue them. And then the shark is now back. Because remember, this is a shark movie.
Man.
Remember?
It's a shark movie.
Remember,
right.
I got the shark graphics here, and
so we haven't seen the shark in like probably like 25, 30 minutes now at this point. But now all of a sudden the shark is back.
It's back, brother.
Now we have a shark. Now we're back with our shark movie. So, but at this point though, like realistically, just me and you and anybody watching this is wondering, why is this called Night of the Sharks? Other than what Paco said, why is it called Night of the Sharks? The sharks have nothing to do with this plot at all, other than they occasionally kill one and it's continually swimming around.
Well, maybe it's one of them, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, well, sharks are more than just sharks in the sea. Maybe it was also Night of the Sharks of these crazy, scandalous corporation drug dealers.
It's the walking.
All right. Oh, boy, don't get me on that. We needed some of that in here. That'd been awesome. Okay, let me stop it for a second. Could you imagine? I cannot imagine Christopher Walken on any of this fucking movie. Imagine him on the boat talking about his wife. Listen, I'm Christopher Walken. We're on this boat and stuff. You're coming over here. You're telling me to get off the boat. You brought me the diamonds and stuff. I get you brought me the diamonds and stuff, but I'm not gonna go. I got Paco, got a side piece on here. What do you want me to do? Okay, come on. I'm Christopher Walken. You know what I mean? They're coming after me.
God.
I can't do nothing about that. Let me dance a little bit. We got some aliens. Let's dance. All right.
Wow.
Golly, where is that movie at? I would at least been awake for that shit. Okay.
Yeah, that was what was missing. Christopher Walken was missing for this for sure.
All right, so here is like the most fucked up part of the actual film, my view.
Yes.
Okay, so they're in the water right now, Liz and David. Okay. David now sees the shark coming. Okay, and he is trying to his best to lure the shark towards him. So he's making all these noises and stuff. But the shark pivots and goes after the wife instead, and then it starts eating the leg. Like it started eating Liz's leg. Okay, and then probably the most fucked up part about the movie, which actually was like in a horror movie when it comes to sharks now, is after the shark bit its leg, you can see all like the fucking blood come up to the water and stuff. Yeah. And then I like the effect they did on this one, because you can see Liz, she's like in the water and you can see her getting dragged to the deep sea with the shark.
That was pretty cool.
And her going underwater and stuff. And I was like, oh fuck, that's creepy, man. That's not as creepy as in Jaws 3 when we had Philip getting swallowed by the shark. But this one was pretty creepy. Like you could actually see her getting dragged away and like just going down to be like fucking seafood and shit.
Yeah, this is like the seafood. This is like the only horror movie element from this movie that I thought,
And then, so now David screams and now he's all upset. Okay. And boy, is he going to recover here in a couple minutes. All right, so now we are now on the beach. It's at nighttime. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We have this guy with a gun walking around. David gets the guy with the gun. Apparently, it's the priest. All right. The priest had a gun. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then the priest is basically saying, like, hey, a lot of people want to help you out and stuff. All right.
Right.
And the priest is also, and then David's saying, well, I appreciate it, but I'm a lousy shot.
Oof.
Oh, boy. So then he asked David, he's like, and then David's like, no, the priest is like, I bet you your ex-wife actually meant a little bit more to you. And then David's saying like, oh, you know what? You're just a great priest. To guess that one. I'm like, what is going on here? So now we have Steiner. He meets Tony now. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ask, like, what is it about this guy? And it tells them about, the brother. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So David now tells, because he only has one more girl. I mean, his ex-wife's dead that he's banging.
Yeah.
She's seafood now. We don't know where the fuck she's at.
Right.
Now David's trying to put his side piece, who was also pretty hot too.
Yes.
He was like, I need to get you in safety because if I get out of here, I gotta fuck something, brother. That's gonna be
exactly. I gotta have something left. I gotta have something left.
All right. So he sends her off. All right. So this is when we have the Tony's crew showing up to David's house. All right. Well, that's what they're on their way to. They're coming to get David at this house now. Okay, because now we got foot soldiers on the ground now.
Mm-hmm.
So David's hanging out with Paco at his house, and like he's basically making what do you call those mocktail cocktails? What do you call those things?
Molotov cocktails.
Yeah,
yes.
those things. Yeah, to make kind of like bombs.
Where they put the fuel inside the jar or the bottle and they put a rag in it. And, yeah.
So David says to Paco, "Why'd you come back here?" And Paco's like, "You're my friend, and everything." And then David says, and Paco's also like, I'm scared for you. And David said, I'm scared also. All right. And then Paco's like, well, I just didn't know what to do with a dead partner. All right. All right. And then he's like saying, like, I'm going to help you out with this. So Paco agrees to help him fight these evil men.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have Tony's crew showing up. All right. Said they want him alive. Okay. And they go to the house, but there's some traps that got set. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't see them and they drive off. All right. And then we get a whole big chase scene through the beach scene where they were at.
Yeah.
They both start shooting at each other. They start blowing shit up with the cocktails. All right. So Tony wants Orange Hat, one of his goons. I don't know what the guys' names were, so I just named their hats. He wants Orange Hat to come with him, and he has a better way to get to David. And I am not exactly sure, but I think the voice actor who played Orange Hat was the same voice actor in Fulci's Zombie. All right, or Zombie 2.
Oh, could be.
That he's the one that's saying this must have been the land of the Spanish Conquistadores.
Yes.
But he sounded exactly like that guy.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't use a lot of the same people for all of this.
Yeah. And I know that because it's an intro to a Fauci song that I like.
Yes.
Metal song. So that's why I was like, oh shit, that's the same voice. All right. So then they get into an old white car and they drive off. Tony and the guy from the Zombie movie. So now David and Paco, they're hiding in the jungle. Because of course there's a jungle out here in the beach area. So now Tony and the Orange Hat, they're on a boat now. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
And they have kidnapped the priest and the side chick.
Of course.
Damn it. They're so close.
Because we got to make the plot continue.
Yes, exactly. So now we have the Mexican gang. They haven't seen Tony or David. And then one of them gets a knife in the throat by David. Of course.
Yeah.
And then David lays some traps because not only is he a lover, not only is he a fighter, but he's also like fucking Home Alone shit. He could set some traps on here.
Yeah.
Right. So now we have Mustache 2. He's back. Okay.
Ooh.
He sees one of his Mexican gang members dead by David's knife. All right. And then we're back on the boat. All right. Tony gets... all right. Tony gets this... so we're back on the boat, but then they go to shore. And then Tony gets this guy who does, like, the boat docking. He threatened him with a gun to kind of hide.
Okay.
Because he basically wants to ambush David and Paco. Okay.
Yeah.
So Mustache 2 now fires 3 shots. All right. And he misses David. Okay. And then we have Mustache 2 and David. They fight. And Alison, give me 2 guesses of what happened during this fight. What
do you mean?
Who would win in the fight? Mustache 2 or the almighty David?
No. David Zeiger is going to win that. I don't even need 2 guesses for that.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Nobody can beat Ziegler.
Yeah, Ziegler, brother. So they're fighting stuff. All right. And then David just whips his ass, basically. All right. And then they're fighting a little bit. And then David just whips him behind a tree. And then apparently he spikes Mustache 2 on like a piece of wood.
Woo. Yeah.
And then he meets up with Paco. All right. And then they're basically saying, oh man, we're living in hell right now. All right. So now David wants to go back to his boat. All right. And then we see the dock guy. And the dock guy is basically he's laying in a trap because that's what Tony was doing. All right.
Right.
And then now David is using his cocktails to blow some shit up. All right.
Yeah.
So David gets away, Paco's hiding, and during this whole time, like the Orange Hat and Tony are shooting at him. Okay?
Yeah.
That's why they're throwing those cocktails. So Tony follows him, all right? David actually gets hit in the arm, doesn't sell it. Doesn't sell it at all.
No, he completely no-sells it just like The Undertaker. He just sits right back up.
The shark smells the blood, so the shark is back. Oh, remember him? The shark is back. Oh, shit, where did he come from?
I mean the shark in the title? Yeah, it's back again.
All right. So now apparently I'm not exactly sure, but I guess there might have been some blood near where the boat where Tony was because the shark just breaks through the boat where Tony was. All right. And I put over my notes, move over, Jaws. We don't fucking need you.
No.
All right. We got fucking Night of the Sharks. This is how you really break fucking boats, brother. Okay. This shark, he's breaking all the boats. Okay. So then the shark just eats Tony. Move over, Quint. We don't need you, Quint. We got fucking Night of the Sharks, brother. All right.
Yep. This is better than Jaws.
Right. So Orange Hat gets attacked by David. All right. They both fall over. They fight in the water. Shark appears, attacks them both. We see blood in the water. So I guess it gets Orange Hat. So I guess he's dead. And then guess what?
Right.
David gets out of the water. He has not won. So put my notes. And the priest and the side piece, they both look happy. All right. All right. So now priest is saying, well, the guy, he said he called up Steiner and said he's coming tomorrow to get the disc because they don't want any more of this fuckery anymore.
Right. No more fuckery.
So now David is about to go diving in the ocean. And he goes up to Paco and he says, hey, Paco, there's always something I wanted to tell you. Can you buy a new suit? Because he didn't like the way his suit looked.
I guess. Yes.
It's comedy, brother. You aren't laughing?
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. Comedy.
Thank you. Thank you, Alison. Thank you. Hey, don't besmirch the good name of Night of Sharks, brother. Okay? They put a lot of effort into this movie.
No, yeah, they did.
Right?
Absolutely.
So basically now, David has, before he gives up his, so I guess, let me get this straight, everybody, okay? I can't believe I'm putting more thought in this movie than I guess they did.
Yeah, you're putting more thought in this than the people who made it, but yes.
So, and I didn't really understand. Okay, so basically David wants to go in the water now to get revenge on the shark who's been eating people, but it's only been eating bad people, really.
So far,
besides
yes,
his ex-wife.
It's only eaten, yes. Besides his ex-wife, who it's arguable of whether she's bad or not. But
exactly.
Yeah, it's only been eating the villain so far.
So, I think David had two ideas here. Number one, he wants to kill the shark. Even though I thought he killed like two other sharks. What the fuck were they? They're just random sharks or something? I guess this is the major.
Jobber sharks.
The jobber sharks. This is the main one, I guess. I have no idea.
This is the main event shark, yeah.
So he's going to go kill the shark and then pretend like he got eaten. So when Steiner arrives, he could be like, well, here's the tape and, James is already dead. So how are you going to get revenge? He's already dead. He got eaten by a shark. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's basically what happens. We had this whole long scene of David fighting this shark. Okay, there's a bunch of blood, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me see what my notes say on here. Okay, so we have Dave swims, shark appears. So the shark bites him. Okay, it looks like it does. All right, David now gets the upper hand. All right, and then Paco's upset because he sees blood. So maybe this wasn't his plan. So I was really confused about this because...
I was too.
Okay, let's just get to it. So basically, the shark killed Tony and Orange Hat, but David survived. David's going back into the water to try to capture the shark, but it looks like the shark got the upper hand on David, so that's why Paco was upset. Okay?
Right, yes.
Then we go back to the after Paco is upset that we see that there's a grave, all right, for David Zeiger, okay?
Yeah, who died in 1987.
Yes.
Which is I guess when this takes place.
Yes. So with the priest there, the side piece shows up too. We had this guy Eric Steiner gets out of the car, all right? And there's this other guy named Mike. They ask how all this happened. All right. Priest gives him the disc and said it was a shark. I guess he's in a shark's belly now.
Well, no, he said that it has blood on it because it was in the shark's belly.
Yes.
So he handed it to him and it's got blood all over it.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Then he's like, I listened to it.
Yes.
Or something like that. Yeah.
And they're basically saying that we want to keep this quiet. Okay. And then Paco goes on saying how, Steiner could trust them all. They're not going to say anything about any of this at all. They just want to keep everything quiet. We don't, all right? And then the priest gives them his word that they'll never hear from this village again, okay? He gives them a little gift, and then Steiner leaves, all right?
Yeah.
And then we start hearing some joking from Paco saying, I'm good, I'm glad that he's died, okay? He was joking, basically.
Right.
All right. And then David just shows up from out of nowhere. And then the kid, I guess it might have been David's kid. I don't know what random kid it was. I guess it was a kid from the priest village who was all happy that he's alive. Okay?
No, it was that kid. It was that kid he was talking to earlier in the movie.
Yeah, from the priest village.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, the orphanage. I thought it was like an orphanage or something, but it doesn't say that. Yeah, but and then he notices, or the kid sees him. He takes off his hat. We're all happy now because he's David's alive and happy ending. We got our happy ending.
What I was trying to explain is so David's plan was basically to fake his death so they can give the disc back to Steiner, okay? So that they don't have to worry about him constantly bringing goons down here to try to kill them all. Okay.
Yeah.
But why didn't he just fake his death like when Tony and Orange Hat got killed? Like, why do you have to go back into the water? Did he have to go back into the water and feed the shark the disc?
I don't know. I'm a little confused as to why about the ending of this movie because it doesn't seem like it has anything to do with the rest.
Why did Paco look so sad if he knew the gimmick?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand any of that. I don't know why he went back into the water. Period. Because the shark wasn't like the villain of the movie.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there were so many sharks, and like some of them died and didn't die. I couldn't tell which one was the actual villain.
Right.
So I guess I could see him going back into the water to try to get a revenge on the shark for killing his ex-wife.
I guess.
You know what I mean? So.
But why did he have to do it like right then?
I don't know. Because he had to fake his death to get the diamonds and get his piece of ass, and he's all happy.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck my ex-wife. I got diamonds. I got this priest-looking dude. I got this fucking Banger Island girl. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
I'm going to have fun.
That's all we need. Exactly.
So David Zeiger, he's living the life. You know what I mean? Out there doing his thing. So.
Yep.
But everybody, that has been one hell of a month, I would say, here on the Retro Blood.
It was quite the roller coaster.
Yeah, it's quite the roller coaster, man. 1980 Shark Month. I mean, of course, we started off the month with our boys at the Lights Out talking the great Jaws 2. All right. And, of course, we did the Jaws 3 and Jaws 4, The Revenge. Which I'm still holding my ground saying that Jaws Revenge was a great fucking movie.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's good. It's definitely better than Jaws 3.
Yeah.
And it's way better than the reputation it has. I was really surprised.
Yeah.
At how good it was.
Yeah. So I think that's probably my favorite movie we did this month. Out of this month, obviously, the Lights Out stuff doesn't really count. But out of the Retro Blood, I really like that movie the best. But you know, we had some Deep Blood last time with some voodoo magic returning back to.
Yeah, I like Deep Blood. I thought that movie was awesome.
Yeah. And of course, we had this, whatever the hell this was. I thought this shit was boring as fuck. Even though I did like the scene with the wife getting pulled by the shark was pretty fucked up. And I did like Ziegler being like, I don't give a shit. I just got diamonds and a side piece. That's all I need. Okay.
But next month is going to be great.
Boy, next month we are revamping the Retro Blood because this is going to be a fun month here. And this is also a first for us, kind of. Okay. So next month here on the Retro Blood, we have 5 episodes for the month of August that we're going to be showing for y'all, you guys. And me and Alison thought it'd be very fun to do our very first Directors Month here on the Retro Blood.
Well, technically, we did Argento.
Yeah, that's right.
A couple years ago.
That's right. So I guess
we did Argento.
Yes, this would be the second time we would do a Directors Month. You're correct. We are doing the great Lucio Fulci.
Yes. Long time coming for this.
Long time coming. Of course, for all you Retro Blood listeners, past listeners, future listeners, people who are just listening to us now, we have done a bunch of Fulci films before in the past. A bunch of them.
Yeah.
We did the whole Gates of Hell trilogy, which are some really fun reviews.
Yes, those are great movies and great shows, yeah.
Yeah, all of them. You know, City of the Living Dead, The Beyond, House by the Cemetery. We have done all those. I was actually just listening to the one we did on the Beyond, and that was a really fun episode. You guys check that out.
Yes.
All right. Very fun stuff. You know, obviously we did Zombie. We did a bunch of the zombie movies that he's done with Manhattan Baby. We did the New York Ripper. So we have done a lot of Fulci stuff before, but we're actually going to dedicate
an entire month.
An entire month to his. And I think we got some really good ones before. And I have never seen any of these movies before at all. So it's going to be a first time viewing for myself. And another cool thing that's going to be happening in the month of August as well is the second week of August is going to be the very special Retro Blood 200th episode. Can you believe it? 200 episodes here on the Retro Blood.
200 episodes.
Yeah. Pretty crazy, man.
Wow.
I can't wait.
We've made it way longer than most podcasts.
Exactly, man. We're out here just having fun, drinking beer, talking about horror movies, wrestling, and metal. It's always good stuff. You know what I mean? But so the schedule will go like this. So next week, join us here as we do our Fulci month. And I thought we could do a very fun, which I've actually been wanting to do this movie for a while. It looks pretty fun. It looks really trippy. So I can't wait to kind of watch it. We're going to do Anima.
I guess that's
right.
how you say that. I have no idea how to say that word.
Anima.
Anima.
All right.
Yeah.
And it does have like a saying to it. It's basically for like unexplained type of stuff. So we'll get into the whole explanation of the title and the movie itself on there. So that one looks pretty good. But I think for the Retro Blood 200th episode, which I'm definitely might be a little tipsy for, we're doing... Apparently, it is kind of like a horror film, but it's a very He-Man, Conan the Barbarian style horror film, I guess.
Yes. Because
we're doing Fulci's Conquest for the 200th episode of the Retro Blood. Brother, have you seen any of this movie before? Conquest.
Yeah, I've seen Conquest before. It was one of the movies that I rented at the video store when I was younger. So yeah, I've seen Conquest. It's fantastic.
And it looks... apparently it's known to be very being cheesy, but a lot of people praise it for being very
It's great. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah. If you don't like that Conquest, you just don't like movies, I guess.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing those first two movies for the month of August. And then on Conquest, we'll let you know the rest of the schedule. We're still tossing up 3 of them. Now, if y'all have any ideas of Fulci movies you want us to do we haven't done yet, you can send it to retrobloods69@gmail.com. Okay. And then... type in, go ahead.
I was going to say, but do it quickly because we'll have the shows recorded before too long.
Yeah. We're going to have it recorded. But we still got those 2 to go and we got 3 more.
Yeah.
So we can always...
True.
We're trying to decide what the last one's going to be. We have a couple options. So you guys just, type the ones that you want to see. But, follow us on YouTube. Like and subscribe here on YouTube. You can watch our pretty faces. Listen to us. Watch us in here. Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, Podbeam, anywhere you get your podcast. Listen to the Retro Blood. Like and subscribe on there, please. We're everywhere. Like and subscribe. Leave comments. Tell us we suck. Tell us hey, you all missed the point of Night of the Sharks, brother. The shark was there because he got paid off by the Mexican cartel to kill him. I didn't miss that. Maybe they did. I don't know. Okay? Tell us we suck. Tell us we're great. All right? Comment below.
We will never get over Mountaintop Motel Massacre, where we totally misunderstood the entire movie. But
brother, I was too drunk. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? All right.
That was fantastic.
So like us on here, and Alison, what Megadeth song are we leaving our podcast listeners for this evening?
Well, there's really only one choice, right?
Yeah.
Let's listen to the song that I talked about earlier. Let's listen to Mechanics.
Mechanics, brother. Because, there's a lot of mechanics that happen in this movie, Night of the Sharks. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
David, besides being a 007 agent, besides being a lover of multiple females, besides being rich and very clever, he's also a mechanic because he fixed that boat up no problem, didn't he?
Yep.
He did.
Yep. He can do anything.
He can do anything. We need more Davids out there, brother. Where is he at?
Yeah.
Let's go. So. But everybody, J.H. Alison, James Kline. We'll see you next week for our Fulci month. And
it's going to be great.
Anima. Later, everybody.
See you guys.